Take me down there. We have to look for survivors. Champions End. You know, it's kind of crazy seeing those two dragons, you know, clash like that, considering that could have ended the world if we were wrong.
Anyone on comms? Anyone seen Bram?
I guess it's good to know that static is from Ritlock. I just noticed that.
Haven't found Ryland yet either. If this was the dragons contained.
Bram! There he is!
Whoa. How am I not dead?
You did it, Bram.
How many did we lose?
A lot less than we would have if you hadn't done what you did.
I'm good, Commander. I know I did what I had to do. Just need a second to remember myself.
Are the spirits still with you?
They kept me from falling off the edge. Wasn't easy. They're gonna need time to recover.
You need time, Bram. To rest. To heal.
You are the biggest hypocrite I've ever met, Commander.
Ryland! Give it up!
Settle down. It's over.
Stay with him. I'll go help Ritlock.
I don't understand why Jory doesn't have a voice line there. Not Jory. Javi. Seems a little weird. Hang on, I'm coming. Can I put up a new one of these? Nice.
It's time to face the Legion's justice, Ryland.
You look like Skrit, Cub. Jormag did a number on you. You're beat. Primordus' champion is lying in the dirt. You don't have a chance.
Okay. So as you can see, he does expend exhaustion when he attacks. Also, Krisha and Ritlock. Okay, I was gonna say Krisha and Ritlock. Like, are you gonna? All right then. So it's not really worth it, believe it or not, to try and break that meter yourself because you're not really going to. As weird as that sounds, he's gonna do it himself. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Really? Well, actually, this might be a good time to, do that. Okay, I gotta get ready here. Okay, when he's stunned is when I want to go in with the staff, basically, ow, is basically the game plan. I was gonna say, if that one had hit me, I would have been kind of mad. We're good. Now, the reason we want to use the pistol for most of this is because he, if you haven't noticed, has a ton of health. And we need to stack bleed on him, basically. I believe, actually, Krisha and Ritlock give vulnerability, although I'm not 100% sure, because I don't think that's coming from me with this pistol. So, oh yeah. Wow, I like how he didn't get stunned there. Cool, I guess. Wait, did you see that? Like... Also, it's probably going to be 30 seconds before he's really tired again, so... Keep stacking that bleed. Keep doing it. He's evading? What? I could use Blade Spin here, although it's not a huge help. I mean, yeah, well, it doesn't hurt. Whatever. And you know what? Might as well put it on cooldown so we can try to use it again later. That actually hit me. Okay. That hit me too. Okay. Here we go.
You were just a tool. Can't you see? They
No
made
one made me. I made myself, and I will never be unmade.
If Cinder saw you now, she'd gut you. Your warbands sacrificed themselves for this?
Well, Ryland, I have some news for you. Anything that is human, or at least living, can be made. And if it can be made, it can be unmade, as you're very quickly about to learn. I was gonna say, that better stop him. I bet. I was gonna say, I know he usually follows that move with a, like, that sweeping strike, so I was like, I'm just gonna wait, to use the thing. He just hit me out of my dash. Okay. Okay. I was gonna say, if that thing had hit me, that strike he just made, I would have, actually, I'm not gonna have haste now for when he's... Okay, so it didn't do it that time, thankfully. So that really is the thing with Ryland. He has a ton of health, and it really is just about, like, almost wearing him down rather than actually, like, beating him, as weird as that sounds. You know, like I said, don't try to break the Defiance bar. It's really not worth it. And just stack dots if you have them, and keep moving. Because if you keep moving, chances are he'll try to come to you. In which case, you can then, like, more easily predict what he's gonna do. He'll also spend a good amount of his time hitting Krisha and Ryland. And I actually advise dashing towards him when he does that spin move. I think it's just better to dash towards him rather than trying to dash away, because he dashes a lot further actually than it looks like he does on, like, the indicator thing.
My sire speaks. I take the advice of a short-sighted burnout who never had the steel to be imperator. Or a dam who's content to live and die with nothing more than Vengar's shadow.
Not enough energy.
You're nothing to me. Less than nothing.
Sounds like you've got some issues there, pal. What, mommy and daddy didn't love you enough? You know, it's weird. You don't really get to be upset about how things went after you try to destroy the world, at least in my opinion. So, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm not exactly shedding a tear as we're doing this. Just gonna stick away from him. Krisha, as you can see, Krisha's preparing a spell. That's why, I don't know if we actually saw her leave. She kinda just dips at some point here. I thought that was a little early, not gonna lie. Keep stacking the bleed. Keep it going. Most you can, oh no, you can put more than 9 on him. I thought 9 was the max, I won't lie. What? Okay, so I guess he isn't actually stunned. Let's do this. Obviously, issue with maybe I should have swapped out Dagger Storm, because obviously the issue is he's not using any projectiles to reflect back to him, obviously, so he is confused though. That's good. As if he wasn't already taking damage when he used his abilities. Okay, so maybe this time when he runs out of endurance, he'll actually be stunned? Maybe? Please? That would be nice. Oh, give me the Chaos Ore! Yeah! Hey, Ritlock, get up. Ritlock, get up.
Enough. Sit down and shut up. You had everything. Pedigree, talent, limitless potential.
You never understood.
You're right. I don't. I was never some golden cub. Nobody gave me anything. I had to earn it.
You're just jealous.
I'm ashamed. Ashamed I bore you. Better to have bled you out and spared the world.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Nothing left to prove.
Gave Ryland every chance to do the right thing.
Sometimes there is no right thing. Let's give them time.
I'll speak more about my opinions of that in a second, but know that I don't feel bad. Got some people coming down the hill. Is it just timing?
I tried to contain the desolation, but I could not stop it.
None of us could. Krisha and Rytlock saved the best future for the Char today. The Legions will remember that.
All that power. 2 dragons. How are you feeling?
I felt such a rush of wild magic, but then some of it seemed to just flow through me. There's still so much I don't know.
Wait, you're saying some of it's missing?
We have research to do.
I don't remember anything. Just glimpses. The spirits did all they could to show me. Also, I forgive you. Someone just started mowing their lawn outside my house, so I'm sorry if you can hear that. I was gonna say, I won't lie, I'm kind of surprised that Bram's alive. Kind of thought he would be dead. Can I get a Kabram? Kabram. Well, so much for Jorah. It is kind of crazy. We just killed 2 dragons. Like, at once. We just killed 2 dragons. Like, okay, sure. Fine. So that's a plane. Apparently the plane doesn't know I'm recording. Yeah, oh my god, it feels so long ago that, you know, like Almora died. God. Commander's here for everybody, I swear. Hey, Gork. So wait, we might have messed up the balance anyway? Good, I get. Why did I go back to her? Otherwise I'd cry. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all you're gonna be doing? Nothing but work, right? Can I talk to Oreen? Oh, I can! Out in the wild. Oh. So now, so there's just all this magic that's like out there, and we don't know where it is. Great, awesome. I guess that's the setup for the next expansion. But anyway, okay. So let me Alright, let me go back to the Eye of the North, because we are finished as far as I can tell. That is the end of the Icebird Saga. Let me just... I want to take this time to kind of give my thoughts about what I think about this story. I have to be brutally honest. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be anything. I don't think there's going to be anything when I go back to the Eye of the North here. Right? Hello? Load? Please? Let me just say, I'll be brutally honest. This was not that good. Like, it was not great. Or at the bare minimum, Chapter 5 was really bad. I think certain other parts of... Oh, there's a lore conversation? With who? Hold up. Before I get to that, who the hell do I have to talk to? Who are you? Lavis? I can't... Oh, Bangar's gone? He's over there! But Bangar's right here. What? I'm so confused. Can't talk to him. So I guess that's something that maybe isn't... Anyway, so I'll be brutally honest. Like, this story was not great. Champions was the worst, undoubtedly, because it basically just consisted of doing nothing but the same types of missions over and over and over again, and over and over and over and over again. The earlier stuff was a little better. Like, when we were actually, like, when they were actually adding things to the world, and we were doing missions and whatnot, that was not terrible. Especially from, like, a gameplay standpoint. So, like, stuff like this, when we went out to, like, the Biora marches and stuff, and everything else, and wow, it's so weird that this stuff, it's been a long time since we did this stuff. It's so weird, man, that all this stuff was so long ago, both in real life and in the game. Anyway, so let me just say, so, like, this stuff, the Visions of the Past weren't great when you kind of went through. I mean, they were really small, but it was like, I didn't love these missions. I thought they were kind of weird. But, like, it's, when they were actually adding things to the world and whatnot, it was fine. You know, but, like, Champions was just so rough from a gameplay standpoint, and I actually realized that a lot more when I had to replay through all of it, you know, so that I could play Dragonstorm again. That's another thing, the fact that you can't select which parts of a chapter you want to play reasonably. I mean, there's certain areas where you can say, I want to play replay this chapter, but for most of it, you can't. And honestly, I didn't think the story was great. I thought the biggest problem with the story was that it kind of just felt like the commander was always just sort of there. Like, the commander really didn't even have that big an impact on anything. Like, it felt like it was much more Ryland's story and Bram's story, and, like, not necessarily in a good way, if that makes sense. Like, and Champions was the epitome of that, where it was literally just, hey, commander, go run errands in this area and kill some enemies in this area, and we're going to do this, and Bram is out apparently forging a pact with Primordius and whatever, and it's like, I don't know, man, it just kind of felt like it was very, I don't know, it just, like I said, it honestly, most of the time felt like it wasn't even the commander's story. Which maybe it wasn't, but if that's the idea that it's not the commander's story, then I need to see more of what's happening. Not one flashback with Ryland, not one flashback with Bram, like, you know, and then everything else is running around just basically fighting enemies. I mean, it just, and like I said, I understand this stuff was free, the Icebird Saga, and like, I understand obviously they had to make part of it, you know, not in a normal situation with the world as it is, but like, man, like, this entire story is just not great. Like, it's just, especially in comparison to the other stuff, like, I thought Heart of Thorns was really good, I thought Path of Fire was really good. It's just, man, it's like a 4 out of 10. Like, it just... And for me, the episodic thing didn't work. Like, even when I played through Champions, I actually enjoyed it more getting to play through it, like, quickly. You know? Like, from a story standpoint, though I still don't think the story was great, I enjoyed it more. It's like, so I just don't think the episodic thing works for the way that the story of this game is kind of set up. And it's just, you know, like, I just think at the end of the day it was very disappointing. Like I said, I get it, it's free, I don't want to rag on it too much because of that, but it's like, man, it just kind of felt really underwhelming at the end of it. Like, even at the end, like, and the thing with Ryland, like, obviously they were trying to evoke some sort of emotion there with having to see Rytlock kill Ryland. It's like, but Ryland was not a villain that deserved any sort of emotion from the player. Like, any sort of sympathy, like, he was literally an entitled brat, basically, who, like, lied, who wanted to do nothing but bring the end of the world. He backstabbed everyone he basically had a chance to. Like, he's not a character that anyone should feel anywhere near bad about that he died. Like, it's just, like, I don't think that moment hit nearly as hard from a narrative standpoint as the writers clearly thought it would. Like, I always think, like, if you want to make a player feel bad for the villain, and, like, I always think of, like, Fallout 1. Because I think Fallout 1 might still be the best example of this in any video game ever. Like, and I'm going to try to not spoil it, but basically the final boss of Fallout 1, with what his plans were, really truly thought he was doing the right thing. And he not only doing the right thing, he thought he was doing the right thing for the world. Like, that had been destroyed and, you know, nuclear holocaust, really, wasteland, whatever you want to call it. And it, like, so when you beat him, whether you beat him through talking or fighting, you felt bad. Because this was a guy you see that wasn't necessarily evil, he just really didn't understand what he was doing, and he thought what he was doing was the right thing. Ryland was not. The dude knew what he was doing. Like, he was out there to forge a pact with an evil dragon. You know, like, I actually, when I first watched that, like I said, when I first played through it, I was almost disappointed. Like, I don't know why they think that we should have any sort of sympathy for him. If anything, all it did for me was, like, paint Krisha and Rytlock in a worse light. It's like, hey, maybe if you weren't awful parents, and, like, I understand, you know, the Char culture is kind of centered around that sort of thing, that, like, it's not, like, normal relationships. But, like, hey, maybe if you weren't awful parents, your son wouldn't have gone insane and tried to forge a pact with a dragon to end the world. Like, it's just... I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't think the gameplay of this story was great. I don't even think the writing was particularly great, unfortunately. And that's a sad thing. But, you know, that's just the way it is. Can only hope the next DLC is better. Obviously, this sets up the DLC. Now we have all this wild magic all over the place and a new dragon to deal with. So, who knows? Who knows? But that is where I'm going to end this episode. Kukumuru thanks you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.